You must have heard this thing many times: think big. Think out of box. Do more and be more. This is a very common motivational advice that almost everyone gives to others. And we also believe these things and hope that they are true. But do we really know whether this advice will work or not? Do you really believe that thinking big can get you the success you want? If you are one of those people who ask this question to themselves, then you will find their answers in this book. The magic of thinking big will help you realize how much your thinking matters in your success. Thinking plays a big role in who you are and what you want to become. Only your thinking will help you in achieving what you desire. So in this book named Magic of Thinking Big, you will get to learn the basic principles and concepts which are based and tested on real-life situations. It will show you what you have to do and how by applying those principles you can get big success and big happiness. Believe you can and you will succeed. Success is the goal of everyone's life. Then whether success is in education or career or in family life, in this journal everyone wants to be successful. Most of the people find success to be an out of reach and impossible thing. But in reality the formula for success is quite simple. Just start believing yourself that you can. And when you start believing that you can do something, then you will actually do it. And once you decide to do something, you will automatically understand how to do something. A man was working in a tie and dye company. He used to earn decent money from this work, but he was not satisfied. He was living in a small house with his wife and 2 children. He didn't have enough money to buy a big house or meet his other needs. As the days were passing by, that man became sad about his life, and he used to get hurt the most because of not giving happiness to his family. After a few years, he got a job at another place. Here also his work was same, but one place was different. This place was far away from his home, but he thought, why not try it? The day before the job interview, the man met some successful people he knew. He asked himself, what do those people have that he does not have? That man had complete belief that those people did not become successful because of their intelligence, personality or education, but because they took initiative. They all believed in themselves that they could do something. Next morning that man went for job interview with full confidence. And with great courage he also demanded 300% more salary. That's why he was demanding so much salary. Because he had faith in himself that he deserved so much. And because of his confidence, he got that job. So you also believe in yourself that you can do it. Believe that like others you can also get success. Don't always be second class. Know your worth and believe that you can do and become more than this. When you start thinking big, big success will start coming automatically. Cure yourself of excusitis, the failure disease. If we observe and study others, we will come to know that unsuccessful people are actually suffering from a disease of closing their mind. This disease is called exegistus. Those who travel by this do not see it, but we often consider some aspects of our life and consider them responsible for our failure. When people ask us what happened, why we are not progressing, we give some excuses like, I have health issues, or I am too old, or I am not intelligent enough, or I am just unlucky. Once during a sales training program, there was a trainee named Cecil. She was about 40 years old and she was looking for a better job as a representative of the manufacturer. But there was a great lack of confidence in Cecil because he felt that he was too old for this job. She was so convinced that she never became what she wanted to be because she thought it was too late. Later, during the same training, the host asked Cecil if he knew when a man's productive life begins and when it ends. So Cecil gave a practical answer and said that a man can work from 20 to 70 years. And she herself was surprised by her answer. Cecile has realized that she is not even halfway through her productive age yet, and yet she is apprehensive about moving forward. There is no boundary of success. We have to go ahead and remove our failure mentality no matter where it is hidden inside us. Build confidence and destroy fear. For some people, fear is just a mind game. But the truth is that fear is real, and before it can control us, we have to recognize it. Swimming ability test was conducted for a group of Navy recruits. Most of them were young boys who were afraid of the depth of water, even a few feet deep. In one of the exercises, he was asked to jump into the water from 15 feet. No one dared to jump into the water. Navy officer asked the volunteers to come forward, but no one came. The officer got an idea. He took the name of a recruit and called him to him. When that recruit came near him, the officer said something to him softly and pushed him into the water pool. All the recruits were surprised to see this. Even the recruit who was pushed did not come above the water. Everyone was standing in fear. What will happen now? Then suddenly that recruit was seen struggling in the water. He was trying his best to get out of the water. With the help of a professional swimmer, he was taken out of the pool. When the officer asked him if he would like to continue the training, the recruit said yes with great confidence. And he also said that he is ready to jump into the water again so that he can overcome his fear and learn swimming. So you have seen, action is the only cure for fear. Fear only stops us from believing that we can do something. It forbids us to grow like possibilities. You can remove fear from your mind by building your confidence through positive thoughts. Try to see the bright side of things and face your problems with courage and optimism. When we will hope and take any action in actual, then the fear inside you will automatically go away. How to think big. A rich man was driving his expensive car. When he was going to meet his rich friends after parking his car at a nearby restaurant, he noticed that a boy was looking intently at his brand new car. When the rich man smiled at the boy told him how cool and expensive his car was. On this, the rich man said with overconfidence, "It is not that expensive, it has been gifted to him by his brother." After listening to that man, the boy was nothing. The rich man asked him if he was also dreaming of getting such an expensive car. But the man was surprised to hear the boy's answer. "No, but I am thinking that how can I become rich like your brother?" If we see things as they could be and not as they are now, then we can add a great value to them. That's why stretch your vision and don't get stuck on what is visible, but visualize what can happen in the future. And imagine a bigger and better picture of your success. How to think creatively. Creative thinking is a requirement of success. And to think in a creative way, whatever we do, we have to think of some new and improved ways of doing it. The meaning of creative thinking is to think better. This is the thinking that always encourages us to create a better world. Two life insurance salesmen came to a man. Both the salesmen were telling him about an insurance program. Both of them promised the man that they would offer him a better plan. The first salesman gave an oral presentation to that man. According to the requirement of that man, he told the plan through his words. But that man did not understand anything. The salesman explained him about taxes, options, social security, and also gave other technical details. After listening to all the things, the man got even more confused, so he refused to take the plan from that salesman. Now it was the turn of the second salesman. He used a different approach. He showed all the details through a diagram in a very interesting and creative way. That man understood the proposal of the second salesman easily, so he signed the insurance deal at the same time. So when you have the ability to think in a creative way, then the scope of your thinking will also expand and new ideas will start coming which will take you very close to your goal. Give freedom to your thoughts. Take impossible world out of your dictionary. Do new experiments and make your identity different from the crowd. Practice talking and listening and connect more and more with people who are creative thinkers themselves. You are what you think. The way we think determines how we act and how other people will treat us. When we start knowing ourselves, then this thing reflects that how people will act in front of us. Same thing happens when we know how important we are, then we show ourselves as important and people also consider us important. One night, a son told his father that he was playing the character of the Lone Ranger in his school play. Father was very excited and happy after hearing this. Then the boy said that there is only one problem, that he does not have a hat. Father immediately went to his room and brought an old cowboy hat. He told his son that this hat will be useful. But the son did not agree. He insisted that only the Lone Ranger hat would suit him, not any cowboy hat. And the father understood exactly what his son wanted. So what you think about yourself becomes your image. What we think about ourselves becomes a motivational tool for us which helps us to become the exact same person. So think and be. Our mind has more power than we can imagine, so when we use it to decide who we are, just imagine what will happen. Thank you my dear, please subscribe this channel.